Well, it's good to start the tournament off with a win, and a particularly challenging game with what I think is the best 8 seed in any conference tournament in the country. That's a good team, and we've played each other so much that the competition is very familiar. So we felt like this was a great challenge for us today, and early on it proved to be. Both starting pitchers were trying to find their rhythm out there early, and then really the key for us was Tyler settling in and giving us 5 good innings like he did, 4 2/3, whatever it was. Because you don't want to go to your bullpen before that in a tournament and fool around and be potentially out of bullets. So proud of Tyler for persevering there. Tough first inning. They're a good team. I knew they'd come out there ready to roll. He fought through a tough first, rebounded, and then our team, as they have all year long, responded. And to jump right back and score 2 runs put us, I think, right back on their heels and set up what was a good ball game. Bottom line, in the 5th and 6th inning, we did the things on offense that it takes to turn the score around and create some space there. So just a good effort by our team. A lot of guys did good things on offense, but Vince Whelan came out of the bullpen and took us through to the end in Game 1. So now he'll get a couple days rest, and we'll roll John Perrin tomorrow and see who our next opponent is.
Josh, what was the feeling when you make the change to Whelan and you immediately got the offense in the bottom of the inning and even more the next inning? How does that solidify things and what you're going to do with your pen and the rest of the game and close it out?
Well, when we were able to wrestle the lead back, and we had the right guy in the game. And, you saw the Baylor TCU game, how late in the game you might see a sizable lead, but it's a windy day, the ground's hard, and teams are going to fight like crazy till the end. So we had the right guy in there to try to hold them down and make sure they didn't make a run at us. They put some runners on base there in the 7th and 8th inning, and we're probably one swing of the bat away from trying to climb back on our heels. But for us to come back in the 8th and hammer 2 more runs gave us that break we needed to kind of have that gap. But it's important to get starting pitching out of multiple guys this time of year. You need that, and so I'm proud of Tyler, and I'm going to build the positive confidence that he takes from today's start. And Vinny's been nails all year long. I don't know what else you can say about the kid.
There were a lot of big bases loaded moments. Vince comes in and inherits one to get you out of that, and then of course Zach with the big swing.
That's right. You hit it on the head. We won a couple of moments there that were pivotal into the momentum and outcome of the game, and Vinny has such a depth of experience in pitching in those situations. I don't think you can place a value on a kid that's pitched in so many environments and so many moments like he has. Those are unmeasurable talents to pitch in those situations like he has. And then really proud of Zach. He held the moment awfully good. The kid made a breaking ball pitch on him. It brought him in to throw it. Slider, right?
Yes, sir.
And he did with it what your middle of the order guys need to do for you to have a great day. So those are 2 moments that we won.
Zach, how did you feel at the plate today?
I felt pretty good. There was, a lot going on in my swing, and I was feeling out on my front foot the last few days. And I went into the cages with Coach Holliday, and we got it on the right page, same page, and I felt good. And the guys ahead of me did a great job of getting on all day, and they allowed me to have big moments because they had great at bats and they grinded all day. So credit goes to those guys. Everybody hit ahead of me, and the guys behind us. Picking up a lot of big-time RBIs that, pushed the lead.
As an offensive player, how does it feel when you go up? You had multiple times, you had bases loaded opportunities. Just your mindset and how excited are you as a hitter to have that opportunity?
I came up twice with bases loaded tonight, and, the guys ahead of me just did a great job of grinding out and, putting me in that position. And, if you let the moment get too big, you're not going to allow yourself to, use your training. So, the biggest thing for me was just trying to relax and, I was fortunate enough to come up with nobody out and 1 out. So I knew that if I just got the ball in the air or just hit a ball hard, that I knew that we could score runs. So credit goes to those guys hitting ahead of me of having great at bats all night and allowing me to hit with runners in scoring position all day.
Are you counting the bottom of the first too? You got hit by pitch with bases loaded.
Yeah.
3 times.
Well, it came up 3 times. Yeah, 3 times I came up with bases loaded. So
You did it different ways.
I
too.
did. Yeah, I mean, they did a great job all night, and everybody just had big time at bats up and down the order. Everybody swung the bat well. I mean, how many hits did we have? 15, 16 hits. So that just goes to show how tough the at bats were. From 1 to 9.
Zach, on the home run, you said it was a slider. It looked like you got a little bit out front. I mean, did you kind of have to? How'd you end up hitting that?
Well, it was a slider that, it was right around my knees, so I knew I had to go out and get it. And I had one out, so I knew I just had to get the ball in there and try to hit it as hard as I could. And, luckily, I caught a lot of it. I caught, almost all of it. So, I just felt good. And, to be able to help the team in that big moment. And, it was still a close game. It was still, a 5-3 game. So, just getting any runners that we could in, was huge for the outcome of the game.
Gage, what was the key to figuring out Curran there in the fifth inning? I mean, he just kind of mowed through you guys in the second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw them last weekend.
Yeah.
We played them. So, we had a feel what they were doing. We had a feel of what they were doing in certain counts. Coach Holiday and all the rest of the coaches do a great job paying attention to that stuff and make it 10 times easier for us to hit. But, kind of got a little slow start on the first, but then as you see, we kind of had a big inning on them. Ended up having to take them out. But, just sticking to our approach, like Coach Holiday said all year, just trust yourself, win the pitch, and as you can see, a bunch of guys today won the pitch.
You had a good day hitting the ball, but how special is it to get that perfect bunt down? beat that out. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I mean, in that moment, all you're trying to really do, I guess, is, just not try to be too fine with it. Just get it down, move the runners up, and then get their runners in scoring position for Fish. Luckily enough, that he's playing, kind of had a bunted towards third base, kind of had to hold him back a little bit, so ended up being kind of the bunt in the right spot. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way, but you're just trying to get it down.
Josh, how important was it to get this first one out of the way and get this win right away?
I like to win every day. I mean, that's how we're wired. When we wake up, we want to do the best we can. Our goal is to go out and win the moment, which is what I'm most proud of these guys for doing. So absolutely important, because that's how you that's how you function. You function in the mindset of showing up, ready to go, prepared, focused, and together. And when you do that, you want that end result to be something good. But the process is what we're really become invested in as a team. And so I was proud of the kids today showing up ready. I thought we responded well to the way the regular season ended. That's a learning process for us to win something like a regular season, but then have to understand that you flip the switch. It's time for something new. And so I think we came out with a good edge today, and I do think that was important, like you said, to come out and win the first game. These tournaments are very challenging if you don't.
You said you worked with Zach a little before the game. Did you pick up on anything? Did you tweak anything, or is it just kind of routine stuff?
When Zach has success, Zach owns that success. He's grown up so much, and all we do as coaches is put these guys in routines on a daily basis to allow them to own their performance, and his performance is his. And that moment right there belonged to him and all his investment over the last 3 years of his career here. That's why you do it. So you can have moments like that where you put a swing together and help your team do something. So that's all him.
Along those lines yesterday, you kind of understood there were a lot of players in this league that had good numbers. You were just a guy with good numbers on the best team, but you kind of put an exclamation point and made the coaches look pretty good with their selection. You didn't waste any time.
Well, I was very honored, obviously, by the award. And when you play in such a good league, there's players from every team that are very good and very talented. I mean, if you look at our team, we have guys that are batting in the 300s. I mean, Gage Green's having a fantastic year. Craig McConaughey is. And so when you have guys like that on your team that are swinging the bat so well, that are even on your own team, that just goes to speak for how good the league is. And to be able to, accept that award, I think that goes more towards the team, because when you have such a good team and, you're winning a lot and you're playing really well and you win your conference, normally that goes to one of the guys on the winning team. And so for me, I just look at it as we as a team won that award. As an individual, I can't say that I did personally. I would say that everybody on this team did, and that speaks for how good this team is this year.
Gage, how important was it they get they get 3 in the first and they seem pretty pumped and you got some momentum. You guys come back with 2 real quick. How important was that? I think it's just to kind of make sure they didn't,
Yeah, I mean, if y'all seen any of the games, I think we've done that like 25 times this year. I guess that's just how we like to roll. But we just got a bunch of tough mindset kids on the team. Like, no one gets down about anything. Put 5, 10, doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna stay up. But that's really good for Nerdin, I think. We got a couple runs on them up there in the beginning, and then we come back, and everyone's got a good mindset going in, get the bases loaded, score some runs, and then he comes out down there and he closes it down. he's I think every outing he's done, he's just gotten better and better. And it's good to see like the old Tyler Nerden coming back. He's going to have some good success down the road.
Josh, obviously we didn't know who you're going to play tomorrow, but just can you give a couple of thoughts both on Texas and Texas Tech?
They're both good. I mean, Texas has outstanding pitching, talented young position players. Are very hard to play against because they do a lot of different things. They can bunt and steal bases. They're a very good team. And Texas Tech, I think, has got a deep lineup of offense. They're difficult to pitch to because they have so many guys that can swing the bat. I think they're similar to us in that a lot of their hitters are challenger. They're challenging. You know, you might get them out, but it's not easy. They wear you out, and then someone else stands right behind him, and if you take a deep breath on that guy, he'll whack one over the fence. So I think they're both really good teams. If I'm not mistaken, they're top 20 teams in the country, RPI. Awfully good teams. I mean, our bracket's tougher than a regional that we're playing in right now. And like I said, OU's the best 8 seed in the country in conference tournament. The kids right there played in Super Regional last year. That's a good team. And so I just think that this is a tremendous challenge for us. And I think both teams are awfully good.
Gage, one more thing about your play at catcher. How have you come along in dealing with the pitchers? For instance, Tyler needed help tonight, especially in the first inning. I don't know what you said to him. Then you get Whelan when he comes in, and yeah, he's probably, if anything, got too much confidence. You might have to talk him off ledges. But how have you dealt with that as a catcher with your communication?
You know, I just let them do their thing. The big key goes, or the big thing goes to Rob. Rob talks to those guys every day about being confident, have tough mindset. This is the best group of pitchers I've ever been around, or on the field and like just up in the head. Like these guys don't let anything get to them. They're gonna keep a straight face the entire game. And I think that's a big thing when you're playing someone and you see a pitcher, you know, not hitting his spots, and if he's getting hit a little bit, if he's not showing emotion, you know, this guy, you know, he's a tough kid. And I feel like all our pitchers just go out there and, you know, they just battle. They work for the team. They know we got guys on the team they're gonna hit. They just go out there and try to get outs. But a lot of that success goes to Coach Rob. He does an amazing job with those guys.
For whatever reason, this tournament hasn't been particularly kind to you guys. It's going to be nice going to the hotel tonight after a win.
Yes, this is the first time in 3 years that we've gotten a win in the first round. So, I mean, that's just huge for us going into tomorrow and going into the tournament. To be able to go back to the hotel and go into tomorrow knowing that you have a win under your belt is huge for the team. It's huge for a confidence booster. And, you know, we battled all year. So when they scored early, scored 3 in the first inning, you know, we weren't worried. We've been doing this all year. So for us, it's confidence booster going in tomorrow, and you know we have a very tough bracket, and so to be able to knock off such a really good team as OU, we battled with them all year. I mean they've gotten us, and we've gotten them this year. So to be able to come out and get a big time win against those guys, you know, it's huge for us going into the tournament.
It's a lot of baseball against one team.
Yeah, 6
That's
games.
a lot of baseball. That's difficult to do because they're talented bunch of kids. I think the thing that's most interesting about all these innings is a classy bunch of kids on OU side and a good bunch of coaches for our two teams to play against each other and compete fiercely as often as we have. And they're good kids. They got good coach. It's healthy. I mean, from the standpoint that I've seen those battles not be quite as clean as they've been. So I compliment their kids and the way they play and their coaches because we have seen each other a lot, and through that many innings for both schools to just go at it the right way, I think that says something about both teams.
That's good.
Okay.